I'm all aboard, you know, the Benjy hype train. I'm the guy in the stadium who has a jersey under a jersey, and I just took, and it's got Benjy on it, and that's it.
1, 2, 3, keep it going now.
She's just getting ready for the match. I think she had a few issues with the stream, but she drove to California, from what I know, and now she's at the headquarters of 100 Thieves so that she could participate today in her match.
Are you kidding me? She went to the other side of the country to play chess? I don't even love chess that much. I would have just called out sick. Sorry, guys. Snow. You know how it goes. And on that note, we seem to have a game soon.
Yes, the players, I believe, are ready now, and Nika was making sure that her stream too is ready since she is streaming from a new location. We really appreciate that she did all this effort to be able to show up today. And the Birds opening, her favorite opening, is on the board.
Yes. F4, D5, and let's go, Nico. Knight F3. Does she know about, is she going to go H3 again, or is she going to do G3, Bishop G2?
I may have told her a different setup, not H3. But let's see if she...
Oh.
I was gonna tell you, let's see if she had time to review it, because she was traveling and she didn't have electricity. We were gonna have a lesson yesterday, but then the whole thing happened. She traveled. So I'm not even sure if she got my video.
Okay, she plays King F2, which actually isn't like, this is the weirdest opening we've had thus far, but if she just puts her king to G1, she's doing perfectly fine. Yeah,
she has castled and she wants to go G4.
Nico,
He's already grabbing the G pawn.
Nico, stop! Don't go G4. You did the king is great.
I usually have music on.
Oh, she's got to see Queen F4, and she plays very quickly. Nico, be careful. Push your last pawn. It's the only pawn that hasn't been pushed.
I think she was looking at a D pawn and then she pushed C4. No. The idea is good, but she's not in time to place a piece on E5 if the pawn is captured now on F4.
Yes, queen takes F4. Looks like white can play knight E5 there, attacking the queen and attacking the knight. But black has a check, and that is actually the major drawback of playing G4, H3. And the pawn should be back here, so just gotta regroup. But Benjy's taking his time. Also, D4 is a very good move, right? Because you shut out the bishop, and then your bishop is alive, and yeah, Benjy plays it.
I think he was just double checking to make sure that there's no discovered attack against his queen. As you pointed out, it's very important that after knight to E5, queen to E3 or G3 are checks, and that check makes sure that the queen escapes. With a forcing move, then you can capture the knight on E5.
Speaking of which, bishop C1 is a great move, and we'll see if Benjy can find queen G3 and knight C3. Benjy's really good, dude.
Benjy has to find queen to G3 check. That is the winning move. Basically, it's a winning move because it moves again the queen away with a check, and then you have time to take on C3 or H3. There will be so many winning moves after king H1. The position for white is collapsing.
Yeah, the king goes to H1, and now knight takes knight, and the light squared bishop. Also, Benjy could throw in queen H3, knight H2, and then knight C3, which is very clean and clinical. I'm actually not sure Benjy is the underdog against Sardosh. I'm ready to make the bold claim that I actually think that Benjy can win that matchup.
And he's preparing for it very seriously. From what I have seen on the channel of his coach, Grandmaster Ludwig Hammer, they have set up a training match where his opponent was playing the openings of Sardosh.
Are you kidding me?
No, they are taking this very seriously.
I hope Hammer's getting paid.
We are bad coaches. Where are the training matches we set up?
I mean, someone's got to be giving Hammer a little bit of cash for this. I mean, this is unbelievable. This man is turning Benjy into just a chess project. It's actually funny. There was Benjy tweeted about chess in early January. Maybe even December, and we exchanged a couple messages where He said that he had watched one of my openings videos. He doesn't play that opening anymore, so that just maybe I should be fired. Maybe I should be fired.
Which opening it was? If we can ask.
I don't remember. It might have been the King's Indian. Actually, I don't know if he plays the King's Indian or not anymore because he in this game he played the anti-bird.
Yeah.
So he maybe he does, but there's a lot of good openings out there, and in the hands of the right player, I mean, Benjy is just he's really just bishop f3, bishop f3.
He's got checkmate into bishop takes f3 was a huge threat even without queen g1. So the position was winning, is winning. Bishop takes f3. He sees it, plays it, and it's checkmate next move.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, I mean, what more to say? Benjy is just razor sharp. There was no moment of that game.
Hold on. Where's the Zoom call? That was good. That was good, Benjy. You were playing really like from the start. You already had me, so I was like, he's really good.
All of these participants are bringing on their A game. They are trying their best. Some of them have more experience. Some of them have had more lessons. Some have been playing for years. Others just started out a few weeks ago. But I think all of them try their very best, and that's always inspiring to see. G6, the setup that Nico likes to go for, and E6. My video hasn't arrived. My conclusion is the following.
Yeah, clearly, Anna, it has not gotten there, but Benjy goes for a modified English, so a ready. Why is Yoon Ludwig teaching this man professional openings? Like, where's the
maybe
good old
Benjy
stuff?
has higher ambitions than just PogChamps 3, and PogChamps 3 is not an easy one to win. He's not one of the highest rated players, but perhaps they are going for something even bigger, a bigger dream after PogChamps. The queen move attacks the bishop, but the knight is still hanging, and once you take the knight, that bishop is attacking the f8 rook.
Yes, it's a combo situation. These happen. You think take, I'm done, but the bishop sees the rook.
Chat, I actually might
and
have
Benjy sees it.
I think I have an actual.
Nico.
Oh, just when she said she had a game plan.
Wait, she just snapped that up. Oh, did she say oops?
It's not too bad. He's up by 3 material. Okay, it's not bad. I've been down by worse, and
that's always my logic.
Worse.
Yes, it's not that bad.
Trust me, I've seen worse. Okay, Benjy is gonna trade the queen. Let's pull this back up on the big board. Now at this point, you're up material. You have rook for bishop, and the way you win this is you go straight in. Oh, and he is just.
And he plays it.
And now rook takes pawn. And
He'll
okay,
take the
last
pawn.
time he had some small issues with conversion, but this time I think he'll be fine. Just chop, 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 and then use the 3-on-1. That's what you need. Use this 3-on-1. Go and wow.
This is a very difficult endgame for Nico. Down on exchange, and also the pawns are falling. Benjy could call like the H pawn as well if he wants to, or attack the B6 pawn so that he would have 3 passed pawns on the queen side. I wonder which one he will go for, just to see which one he finds more practical. I'm sure he knows that this is a winning position, and he will be confident about the conversion.
Yeah, Benjy, I think struggled mildly, very, very mildly. It was just to just to give him a little bit of flack. Like, he didn't convert super cleanly against Myth, but I think he'll be fine.
He is okay. He's trading the rook for the bishop. I was wondering if he was gonna keep the rook on the g5, because that was creating some kind of a stalemate situation for the king. At least there was still a bishop that Nico could move, and the pawn.
Yes, and he is rolling down the board. That happened so quick. Nico couldn't stop the pawn because she's outside of what's known as the square, which is this territory here. And let's kind of pull it up and see how he converts it. B4, nice move, and clean. Looks clean. Just ladder
Very
mate.
clean. Yes, he's about to promote a second queen, and then the leather checkmate. It was already a similar situation for Tubbo. He had a queen and a rook against Logic's king, trying to hunt it down, and he didn't manage. That ended in a stalemate. I think Benjy does know those checkmate patterns, and it won't be a challenging one for him to avoid stalemate.
Yeah, just put the queen. I mean, you can cut off here. You can already start giving checks. I would just cut off on one row, and then he kind of does this. It's like a laser beam. Now it's check and mate. Wow, clean, very clean game from BenjyFishy, and he's hype, and I'm hype because I think we have a new PogChamps favorite. If I'm being honest, I want to start with you, Benjy. How are you feeling? Feels like 2 clean wins, but as I told you before we went live, there was one moment in the second game that wasn't clean. Are you worried about what Hammer is going to say to you? How strict of a coach is he?
He's pretty strict, but I think he'll be pretty happy. You know, I was telling you I wasn't sure about this since my wins against Smith weren't the best. I definitely could have done better. So, I think he'll be alright with it. I think he'll be alright with it.
My follow-up to that before I let Anna jump in here. How did you meet? What is this? Are you giving him a cut of the winnings? It's like a boxing agreement. Has he signed a contract for your whole career? What's going on here?
My theory, can I jump in with my theory? Hammer absolutely loves Fortnite. He must be fanboying a little bit when you play your tournament. So maybe he wanted to help you because obviously he's a very strong grandmaster, former trainer or second of the world champion Magnus Carlsen, and he wanted to help with his expertise in exchange for your expertise in Fortnite.
What's the story, Benjy? What's the scoop? Tell us the scoop.
That's pretty much correct. You know, he plays a lot of Fortnite. He watches a lot of Fortnite. And wow. When I tweeted ages ago saying I wanted to go pro in chess, I remember seeing him reply. So yeah, that's basically how we met.
That's a great story. That's awesome. No, credit to Hammer. It's paying off. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Nico, you've got the matchup with Myth coming up. Once you get settled, is there any? You know, you're one of the few players in the event who's on the player graphic. We've got orgs represented, you know, 100 Thieves versus CSM. I'm pretty sure the facilities are like relatively close to each other too. Is that any extra motivation to get that win over Myth, or are you just gonna?
I just feel like this is I feel like me and Myth are more equally matched than like my 2 previous opponents, Benjy and Sardosh, because they were over 100, over 1,000. So that's the motivation, because after 2 losses, you kind of want to win. And on top of that, of course, 100 T win over TSM, that's like delicious, of course.
I was hoping to get a little bit of fire there. On that note, Benjy, you should know that I have officially touted you as the favorite for this event. So you have my blessing. You have anything to say to your upcoming opponent, Sardosh? You could say it in French if you know. I don't know any French, but any words for that matchup?
I'm trying to think of something in French, but you know, I learned it in school a few years ago. Can't remember much. I know how to say my name. That's about it.
You just say Sardosh is très terrible. That's it.
That sounds about good. Très terrible. Is that good? Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
all the trash talking
There you
there.
go. Thank you to both of you for joining us after the match. Nico, for braving some ridiculous weather conditions. Actually, I'm subbing in for Alexandra Botes, who obviously also is without power, and hopefully we'll get it back in a day or two. And Benjy, very nice victories. Wishing you all the best in that matchup that's coming up. Both of you have very exciting matchups coming up for your own kind of your personal motivation. So thank you both, and good luck in your future matches.